Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build. And I am so excited to share this one with you because I have not built... Okay, wait. In the time of me posting this, I may have just posted another build I did in Henford-On-Bagley. But I was going to say I haven't built here in a really long time. It's probably been at least like a month or so, and that feels like forever, especially on this lot. I haven't built on this lot in... When have I built on this lot? It could have been when this pack came out. But anyway, this is also a very special build because it is going to be included in the Sweater Weather 2.0 save file, which is a save file collaboration with myself and a ton of other extremely talented simmers. We have made over Henford-On-Bagley and Brindleton Bay to celebrate fall and sweater weather because it is the best season. I will hear no criticisms. Fall is the best. I'm so excited because it is finally, and I mean finally, I mean this because we didn't really have a summer, and then all of the sudden in the last week of August and the beginning of September, it decided to be summer where I am. But yeah, we're finally getting cool weather and it's starting to feel like fall, and I'm so excited because fall is my favorite season. I have said this time and time again. I do not like summer. I'm a summer hater. I don't like it. Not a fan. I don't like sweating. I don't like being outside. It drains all my energy. I'm not big on going in water, so a lot of the activities in the summer aren't really for me. I love fall. This is my jam. I'm stoked. But yeah, this save file is so cool. We have made over both of those worlds, so you can check out all the information in the description and or pinned comment down below. I'm not sure which, could be both. If you would like to check out that save file, we redid every single lot. There's a combination of residential lots as well as community lots, and you will see such a diverse, can't even talk, such a diverse range of builds too, because all of these builders, all of these simmers are just so freaking talented, and they all have such a unique build style, and I think it's so cool when we end up collabing in this way. I just think it's really neat to kind of build up a save file of just a bunch of different styles and everything like that for you all to enjoy. I don't believe it's pack restricted, so just keep that in mind, of course, but it's beautiful and I can't wait to check it out myself because today, I think it comes out today as I am posting this build, so I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't even downloaded it yet to check it all out, but I have seen a lot of the builds that people have done for it. We're all in our own little Discord to kind of coordinate, and some of the builds that I have seen, they have blown my mind. I'm just here's my little cottage, I guess, and everybody else is making incredible builds. But yeah, I was very, very honored to be included. So thank you so much for extending that invitation in the first place. But yeah, you can see the exterior is coming together. For the purposes of the screenshots, I did change the actual season to fall, but I built in summer just so I could get an idea of what all of the colors of the what am I trying to say? Landscaping items would be in some of the other seasons. I just wanted to see how colorful it would be in the summer. And things change nicely, just enough, I would say, in the fall as well. So hopefully you enjoy what it looks like in all seasons. But I really liked this build. I haven't built... I'm going to call it a brick cottage. I don't really know if this is considered a cottage, but I haven't built something in this style in a while. I think the last time I built in Henford-On-Bagley, it was a thatched roof cottage in the country. This is a little bit different. And I've said this before, when cottage living came out and we started building in this world, I was like, everything's a rectangle. Why is that? Everything's a rectangle and you have to find a way to kind of make it different. So hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it has enough character and it doesn't look boring. I think I do end up taking the shutters off of the windows though, because it was looking a little bit busy for me. I went back and forth on it for a while, but I think I was really just excited that we had shutters in game like that we could add to any windows, because I built this a couple of weeks ago, right around the time that I had gotten maybe a build or two under my belt with the Horse Ranch expansion pack. So I was really excited about the shutters, but I love landscaping in Henford-On-Bagley. It used to be a huge struggle for me, but now I really, really like it because a lot of the landscaping items in the debug menu from that pack are just extraordinary. But you can see we're moving on to the interior. Now this build is, it's kind of like a skinny one. And we have this long piece. Why can't I talk today? We have this long part of it over here off to the left-hand side as well. That was a little bit unusual. I was looking at a few different inspiration pictures, and I want to say in a majority of them that was considered like a garage or like a conservatory or something off to the side. But I ended up making it not an extra part of the house. Does that make sense? I turned it into the kitchen and the dining. It's more of like a breakfast table. There isn't like this big formal dining area, but it is a round dining table, I believe from the Horse Ranch expansion as well. And that was my goal with this one, even though we wanted to kind of be inspired by fall and everything. I really wanted to see how I could blend the Cottage Living build and buy items with the Horse Ranch build and buy items, because I think in a very interesting way, they do complement each other. Though there has to be a balance. Like that's, I think, what I was struggling with too, is there has to be a balance because the Horse Ranch ones are really, really rustic and they don't really have that cottage charm to them, but they also come in some fun colors. And if there's a balance between the real rustic and then just kind of cute cottagey things, it can work. That's just my opinion. You do not have to agree with me whatsoever. But that was my goal, and I think I did that, so I can't wait to hear what you all think. But you can see that this room is coming together. I knew I wanted to use the dark green appliances from the Country Kitchen kit. Like that was my number one goal in the kitchen. And I wanted to use the Horse Ranch dining chairs. I think these are the only ones we got. We may have gotten one other, I'm not quite sure, but I wanted to use those, and I thought the round table was perfect since I didn't have a lot of room to play around with. Now, one decision that I do make, and watching the footage back, I may have made a different decision, is I did platform the kitchen from the dining space. I thought it was a nice way to define the separate spaces, but it might be too small of a room collectively to kind of serve these two functions to do that. It might look a little bit odd. So if that bothers you, if you don't like the platform, you could, of course, just lower it and that completely gets rid of it. And then it's just all on the same level. Not a big deal. But I liked it at the time. Now I'm kind of back and forth with it. And that's mainly because this was my second or third attempt at the kitchen. My first attempt, which I didn't show you guys this time, was a lighter color scheme. I was trying to use like the honeywood tones because I thought that might be a nice transition from like summer into fall, but I wasn't feeling it. I don't know if anybody else feels this way or thinks this way, but as we transition into fall, I gravitate towards like dark, rich wood tones, some greens and like burnt oranges and maybe some darker yellows at times, especially like in my build, like gold accents and stuff kind of start coming into play for me, but that can get kind of repetitive. So I don't know. I'm like in my own head about it because I really enjoy that color scheme for fall themed builds because it just seems really cozy and welcoming and warm. And I really, really enjoy it. So if you don't like that, I apologize ahead of time because you're probably going to see a lot of that in my fall themed build. But I'm also going to try to, I don't know, sometimes I do like fall builds and spooky builds. I have zero ideas at all this year for anything. I think the only other build I'm working on right now, which is a little bit odd for me, is I'm working on a home in Brindleton Bay, ironically enough, not for the save file. And it's pretty big. It's ended up being a 6-bedroom, which makes me kind of freak out a little bit. A 6-bedroom and like 4-bathroom, I think. And it's just a Dutch colonial home. It's just like a fall home. That's pretty much it. But I think there's some fall and spooky day decorations that I'm going to kind of attach to it. I'm not quite sure. But what I've done in the past is I've done like a witch's Victorian home, which, you know what? I'm going to get all fancy. I'm going to put a card up on the right-hand side of the screen if you guys want to watch these. So I did like a witch's Victorian home. This was a couple years ago, I think, at this point, where I made Agnes Crumplebottom a spellcaster. And this is before we even got Cottage Living, so don't come for me. But yeah, that was for her. I've done like a good witch's cottage. I did a mansion for Vlad because he needed one. I've also done like a good vampire home as well. And for my save file, I need to slow down. I turned that into the Vitors home and I kind of expanded their family. So I'll put cards or whatever in the corner of the screen if you want to check all those out. Maybe I could do like a playlist around Halloween or just for the month of October so you guys can easily access all of my spooky themed builds maybe. I've also done like an abandoned Victorian house in Forgotten Hollow. I've had a lot of fun in the past, but I just have no ideas. So you guys have any ideas for spooky builds this year? let me know. I would be very interested. But I talked through the entryway, which thank goodness, because there was really nothing there. And now we're into the living room. And I did choose this couch from Base Game. It is a reward unlock. I want to say, is it the painter career? No, that's a bed and like something else, or is it? I don't remember, but it's a career unlock somewhere in Base Game. But I used it because it just has a very neutral tone and it allowed me to pull out other colors and add patterns with other pieces of furniture, especially the rug and that armchair, which I don't recall if I keep the armchair this purple color. I chose it because I thought it was really nice. It kind of sort of complemented the wallpaper that I chose, and I liked that it was a darker color. I might change it to the yellow, but I can't remember because, like, again, like yellows and golds and stuff kind of come out in the fall, so I may have gone that route, but I just can't recall. I love this fireplace, though, from Cottage Living. I believe I did size it down one. I may not have, but I think that I did, just so it would kind of fit in this single little space here. And now I'm also trying to use the tool mod to add some artwork to make it look like it is leaning up against the fireplace here. This home does not have a television, so just be aware, I didn't add a TV. What you could do is get rid of this artwork and the little like knickknacks I put up here on the mantle, and you could add a television if that's what you wanted in the living space, but I really wanted to just make the seam super, super cozy and maybe a little less modern, like have some fewer modern touches, if you will, and that's really just referring to like modern technologies. I don't know. The bathroom is actually pretty modern, so maybe I was just talking out of my butt. I don't know. But this room is also a really weird shape. So I did struggle to decorate it, like this little bay window, kind of bay window. I just put a console table. I've got a bookcase back here. And what I was able to do is I was able to squeeze in a standing piano. I shifted some things around. I got rid of one of the side tables next to the couch just so I could do that because I thought it was going to be a really nice item in this space. It's another skill building item. It's something else to do and that produces joyful noise in the living space aside from a television. So I thought that was kind of nice. I also decorated this side table with just a few items, nothing super fancy. This also might be a great space if you wanted to create like a reading nook in this room. That could be perfect. You could get rid of this console table altogether and just maybe shift the armchair over there. I don't know why I'm suddenly just giving ideas, but that you didn't ask for, but I'm clearly providing them. But yeah, I was trying to shift things around, see what I could do. The standing piano, though I love it, it was kind of a struggle to make it fit, to find a place for it to fit, but it fit here. It's perfect. I play tested. Could I please pronounce one word correctly in this voiceover? I play tested it so my sim could get through this door as well. They could get around all the furniture. They could get into that bathroom, which is through that door, which is great, so you don't have to worry about it blocking anything. And then I just added some decorations up here. I also added this, it's considered a stereo. It's in that category, the electronics category. So there's another, I don't know, way to listen to music or produce music in this room. And then I just added a mirror, and I think I just decorate this bookshelf a little bit with a couple more stacks of books and some other knickknacks. I want to say that this bookshelf is from Discover University, and it's one I never use because it's a little bit fancy, but I think it complemented the look in this house really, really well. I also added just a plant in the corner next to this mirror because I didn't want to add another console table. I didn't think that was going to be super complimentary to the space at all, but I do add another chair over there. And what do sconces do, everybody? They save lives. So I used a lot of them to fill up wall space because I didn't know what else to do. And then this is going to be the downstairs bathroom. It is a decent size, but there's a lot of windows, so it was a bit of a struggle to finagle how everything was going to fit. So we do have the shower tub combo though, so that's really nice. And then I do use the same countertops from the kitchen in here in the bathroom. And I add the sink and a couple of counters. It was a bit weird because I used these curtains and I didn't want to change it, so the mirror is kind of like pushed and snug in that little corner. But I also added that kind of little like linen storage thing that we got with Horse Ranch as well. Of course, you've got your toilet, you know, that's what the bathroom's for at the end of the day. If you wanted to get rid of something and maybe add laundry, you could probably do that if you wanted to. But I just added a couple of decorations here as well. Nothing really fancy. I didn't want to overclutter this bathroom because I also don't think it's the primary bathroom that the Sims would be using, since there is one upstairs as well, though I can't recall if I created an ensuite to the primary bedroom or if it is just available for everyone. I think it's available and accessible through the hallway. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, I didn't mess myself up too bad. It is actually available. and accessible via the hallway. I also changed up the tile a little bit in the bathroom just to bring in more of those fall colors. And I did use the same wallpaper in a majority of the build. Now, I do this a lot, and I always tell myself, like, oh, challenge yourself, like use different colors in different rooms. But I really like the primary living spaces to be super cohesive with a color scheme. I don't know what it is. It's just like ingrained in me, and for no good reason. Like I don't know why this came about. It's just the way my brain works. But I usually deviate a little bit in kids' rooms and maybe the primary bedroom. But for this one, I did maintain the color scheme in the same wallpaper. I used this bed from Cottage Living, and this rug from Growing Together is probably one of my favorite rugs we have in game. And I loved using it in here because, again, it brought another pattern and some brighter complementary colors into the space, and I was just really pleased with it. I liked it a lot. I also used these lamps from Cats and Dogs throughout the entire build, which I thought were really, really nice. They work in cottages really nicely, in my opinion. And then I just cluttered up the dresser. Nothing too fancy, really. I think I put those board games, though, maybe in like a little storage thing in the hallway, which the hallway is really small. I don't really know why I ended up making that decision. And I also added kind of an open wardrobe thing. I added the one from Horse Ranch over here in a different wood tone. I'm trying to mix different wood tones too. Look at me go. I thought that was nice, even though they've got the dresser. I was just trying to find ways to cover these walls because honestly there are a lot of blank walls in this room. Didn't know what to do with it, but I found things to cover them with. And hopefully you like them. But yeah, I really liked the primary bedroom. It seemed really calm and cozy. And that flannel like quilt basically on that bed just... I love it so much. I love it. I added another one of those little linen storage things in the hallway, added the board games on top just as a little bit of decoration. I don't even recall if I filmed the upstairs bathroom here because it's pretty similar to the one downstairs, but this ends up being the kids' room. So I was envisioning this for a family of, 2 parents and a child. That can be any dynamic that you would like, but I did do it. I maintained the same wallpaper in this room too. I just wanted it to be really themed, okay? You can change whatever you would like. That's the beauty of this. If you download this, do whatever the heck you want. But I really liked it. And I pulled a lot of like reds into this room. I had golds and kind of softer colors, I think, through the rest of the build. But this room, we were going to bring out the reds, which also very much complement fall, but it's much more of like a bold color that I wouldn't typically use. But in kids' rooms, I go all out. So I had like clashing patterns. I had a bunch of toys, got some wall decorations. This bookshelf has like a really vibrant red. I've got a desk as well. I think I've got this big stuffy Bigfoot, which I freaking love so much. I use it in so many builds. I've got a toy chest there as well. And I don't know, kids' rooms are kind of where I go wild. So I wanted to cover the walls to the best of my ability and make it look just really fun and kind of, I don't know, just filled with personality. Maybe that's what I'm going for. Not quite sure. But I tried to add a fair amount of activities too. It's kind of tough. A lot of the kids' activities, I feel personally, like the creativity table and the chemistry station and stuff like that, they're pretty, I don't want to say they're big because if compared to like the cupcake machine, some of the other stuff we have, they're not that big, but they take up a fair amount of space. So I struggle to use them sometimes, but I did add the little like doctor's kit thing from Parenthood. They've got a desk so they could like write in a journal, do their homework. They've got a bookcase, a toy chest, all that kind of fun stuff. And then I just added this little like organization thing in the corner just to, again, bring out more reds and kind of add some more personalized clutter to it as well, just to kind of bring some personality into the space too, which I really enjoyed. And it's not a perfect red, this little thing from high school years. It's almost like a burgundy-ish red, almost like a maroon even, if you could go that far. But I really like it. And I don't really like red, so I'm surprised that I'm saying that. I don't know. What's your favorite color? We're going to get to know each other. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is yellow. I will fight Steven over this, i.e. Spring Sims. I will fight him. That is my favorite color of all time. I love yellow so much. More of like a gold, actually, maybe. Or like a very pale yellow. I don't like really bright yellow, like neon yellow. Yeah, it's not for me. Anyway, we're working on the backyard, just carrying through the landscaping like we had in the front yard. And I put a chicken coop back here. We've got a picnic table, a grill, and I think that's it. You could add more activities if you wanted to as well. I didn't put anything specific to kids just because I really didn't have the space. but you could kind of swap out activities to your heart's desire, depending on the dynamic that you have for a family living in this house if you download it. But I'm pretty much going to leave you guys here. So definitely check out the Sweater Weather 2.0 save file. I am sure it is going to be amazing based off of what I've seen thus far. And again, I am so honored to have been included, and I was so happy to submit this build for the save file. I hope you all enjoyed it. Can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
I used to think I'm the problem, that I was way too sensitive, reacting way too much, until I realized we were different types, carrying a different triggers, scaring us to death. Oh, someday we will collide someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside, just for a while, some way. We will be fine, safe place, just you and I, always. I will wait for us to collide. Till I realized that I had needs you didn't meet. But that's all day.